Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are progressing through your week. Just to recap, if first time hopping on, my name is Anthony Kaufman, and I've developed a video series of just sharing little tidbits, tips, tricks, things that I've learned along the way, progressing myself, trying to grow as an individual. And my hope is that by sharing it, someone out there, it offers value, just to throw value at you guys and help you to move the needle and help you to progress in your lives. If it helps more people, the more the better. So definitely, if you like anything that you hear, don't hesitate to share, like, comment, private message me if you'd like some more input on any subject that we talk about. But today's message that I want to share is, have you crossed the point of no return? And what I mean by that is, you guys might be familiar with it, but in piloting helicopters, when the pilot takes off, they have a set amount of gas, and there's actually an acknowledgement system that lets them know when they've reached the point that they can go out the farthest. Meaning, at this point, if you continue going forward at all, you do not have enough gas to get back. Or if you do turn around, you have just enough gas, maybe a little bit extra, to get back to your destination should there be any delay in your landing. So I think that's a good metaphor for us moving forward in our lives and progressing towards our goals, is, have you passed the point of no return? Morning, Laura. Have you crossed that boundary of, I don't have enough gas to go back, I can only go forward? And in that commitment, just like that pilot, you have to commit and know in yourself, even if you don't know through sight, you only know through faith, that there will be a landing pad at the destination where you're heading. Sometime between now and the half tank of gas you have left, you're going to reach a destination where you can land, where you can recoup, resupply, regas, and continue going forward. So, again, I think that's a wonderful example because in moving forward towards our goals, if we're always on defense, if we're always going to just the halfway point, that point where we still have that half tank of gas to go back, then we're just guarding. We're guarding our norm. We're guarding our status quo. We're just kind of trying to preserve. We're defense against the life struggles, against the life situations, and just putting out fires, but never going on offense and taking the shot and crossing that boundary, crossing that point of no return. We can't ever really win. There's no winning. Because I think anybody familiar with sports, if you never take a shot, if you never run for the end zone, if you never slap that puck towards the goal, you're never going to win. It doesn't matter how wonderful your defense is. If you're never taking shots and the other team, life, is taking shots at you, eventually something's going to get past. I don't care how big you are, how strong we are, how prepared we are, life will sometimes knock us down, whether we're prepared for it or not. And it's all we can hope to do is to recoup ourselves quickly, adjust, and bounce back up. Wonderful quote from the same individual that I quoted yesterday, Dr. Majors, is, it's not as you grow and as we grow and as we improve, our only hope is that every time we get back knocked down, we get back up quicker. How long do we allow ourselves to stay down? So back to our topic of crossing that point of no return. Tony Robbins offers up a wonderful quote for this, is, if you want to take the island, burn the boats. Meaning, when we've crossed that point of no return, whether it's putting yourself out there, letting yourself, one couple ways to put yourself out there is making a public announcement that this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going. I would love support, but I'm just letting you guys know to keep me accountable. This is where I'm headed. Or making the date, scheduling the event. If it's a speaking event or putting on a presentation, something like that, scheduling it. Applying to that school. Applying to the program. Making that phone call. Crossing the point at whatever progression you are in your journey, there's going to constantly be those points of no return. Are we willing to cross them? So today, just a lot of thought-provoking for you guys. I want you to reflect on the fact of being willing to put ourselves out there. And if it's that job that isn't working, if you're, like my wife's post yesterday, if you're unemployable, it's, whether it's building the business in your part-time until you can quit your job, or just saying, this does not align with my principles, this is not aligned with what I'm about, I'm going to say no thank you, burn those boats, cross that point of no return, and I'm going to move towards my goals, my dreams. And that's it's trust me, I know, like you guys know, that point of no return, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where the friction happens of how much do we believe in ourselves? How much do we trust ourselves? How much do we trust that the process will work? And that is where a lot of people turn around and head back home. So we have to, everybody's different, everybody has different triggers. For me, myself, is public acknowledgement. I wanted to create these video series, and I put myself out there, and I said, hey world, hey Facebook land, morning Michelle, or Michael, sorry Michael. Like a little tiny script, it's hard to read sometimes, but I created these videos and said I'm going to put myself out there. So that public acknowledgement helps me to cross that point of no return. I have no way to go back, because if I stop these videos, anybody that's ever watched them is like, oh, you tried it for a little while, didn't really go anywhere, put his time in, but it didn't really pan out, or he didn't continue to move forward with it. So now, not only have I done that, but I've upped it. I've upped what I'm trying to deliver. I've upped the value that I'm trying to put out to you guys by announcing a group yesterday. And if you guys weren't on the last live to check that out, definitely check that out at the end. I announced a group that I want to create of people who just want to take the value that I'm offering and take it up another level. But definitely just my attempt to make a public announcement of there's no way to back down, because either way, whether through here or my Instagram, people contact me, I'm going to have that group going on where I'll be offering up more value. I'm going to have to grow as an individual and deliver more value and deliver and find new ways to help people. And definitely, it's just to be totally transparent, it is a little gut checking. Like before I made that announcement, I had my notes down, and I was nervous to make it. And it just, like again, just a moment of transparency of even something, it might not seem big on your guys' end, but that's a big, for me at least, taking on people's challenges and knowing that I have resources, or I have, if not myself, I have access to mentors and things like that to help other individuals. It's a huge responsibility to take on. It's belief in myself that if I can create it for myself, I can create it for other people. Things like that. So that is one of the quickest ways that I've noticed that it's a public declaration of your goals or where you're headed. If it's weight loss, letting your family and friends know, hey, any of you out there who are open to support me, I have this goal, I want to lose X amount of weight, or I want to run a marathon, or I want to do an Ironman, or I want to do CrossFit Games, whatever it is, letting them know so that they can be your support group and also keep you accountable. Because even if they never hear another word for you, they're watching. People watch us all the time, and people know what we don't tell them. So that definitely helps me out. And then again, just setting up triggers for yourself. There's a lot of different ones. You can have reminders for yourself. You can have just like an acknowledgement on the wall where you have a declaration of yourself, or you have a goals or stages of a goal listed out and just crossing them out. Different ways to cross that point of no return. And for anybody who's just hopping on, again, what we're discussing today is the point of no return. So like when a helicopter pilot takes off, they have X amount of gas. And at a point, their computers remind them that, hey, at this point, you can either turn around and go back, because if you continue forward, you can no longer find your destination, or you won't make it back if you need to turn around for any emergency reasons or anything like that. So just wanted to share that thought-provoking content for today. Definitely apply it in your lives whatever way you can. Definitely message me, comment if you need a little more insight for specific situations. But it's having the faith that there will be a landing pad. And if there's not, you'll be able to land in a meadow, or you'll be able to land on a beach. And knowing that as you're the pilot of your life, because again, for a call that I listened to this morning, kind of gave me the idea for this is a couple different things. Is winner's mentality. David Norrie, direct quote from that guy, awesome guy. The winner's mentality, loser's mentality is I'm at fault. Like, oh, this is happening to me. Life's happening to me. I don't have any power, to change it. Winner mentality is I'm holding the pen. I can write the story. And no matter what situations come at me, no matter what things happen in my life, I'm going to overcome them. I'm going to have what I want. It's fear or faith on the situation. And then number two from Gus from the call this morning is just an acknowledgement, or here you go. There's a book written by a Navy SEAL, and what he acknowledges in the book is that when we think we're gassed, when we think we've given all that we can, when we think that we've gone above and beyond and we just feel broken down and exhausted, we've really only given 40% of what our potential is. Because our body has the same system built in. Our body, knowing that we might have a fight or flight situation coming towards us, will reserve energy. And our mind will get in the way going, no, we need to conserve because if something happens, we need to be able to turn around and go back. And the intense training of the Navy SEALs, Army, things like that, help the individuals to push past that barrier and access that 60% that's still left. So no matter how hard, it's all measurable, compared to our knowledge and where we are in our journey, but no matter how hard we're going, if we feel like we're at the breaking point, we have 60 more percent to give. We have 60 more percent to offer. We have 60 more percent to serve with. So just acknowledge that and remember that today and work on crossing that point of no return and take some action today. So today I have a call to action to you guys. Take some action. And whatever goal that you have, whatever you're trying to accomplish, take some baby step, large step, leap, jump off the cliff, something that moves you towards that point of no return or past it. If you're at the edge right now and you've been going back and forth, now's the time to do it. If you've been wanting to write that book, now's the time. If you've been wanting to start that business, now's the time. That quote that always pops up all over the internet. If you're looking for your sign, this is it. And this is me calling myself out as well, because I have something in my life. The call was perfect this morning for, I have a point where I'm at a point of no return and I need to cross over it. And so as much as I'm always offering this value up to you guys, it's also learning lessons for me. And as always, I'm along the journey with you guys, learning for myself, and definitely we all want to step it up and move forward. So hope that this gave you guys a lot of value today. Hopefully help someone out there kind of, that little aha moment. Make it a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow.